So I guess as you can see by the title, I'm going to be talking about graduate school with the University of Phoenix. I know there's a lot of misconceptions about the University of Phoenix. I will do my best to explain my program and my experience. So I had got my undergrad from the University of Phoenix. I have a Bachelor's of Science in Healthcare Administration, and I absolutely love the University of Phoenix. I know that I'm getting a quality education there because my father is a healthcare administrator, and I would use him as a source whenever I had questions about certain aspects of different courses that I was going through. And I used him as a great source. And he even told me that, Alyssa, you're getting a great, education. You're learning a lot. And the one thing I love about the University of Phoenix is that every professor that you have is actually still in the field. So you're not getting somebody that's been teaching for 30 years that might not be up to exactly what's going on today in healthcare, or that's my area of study. So I got my undergrad there, and I did traditional college, but I had it was okay. But my life, I'm a mother. My son is 2. I work full time, and I don't have the time to go to traditional college. So online school was the best thing that's ever happened to me. So with graduate school, I'm doing a double master's program in healthcare administration. I'm doing a master's of healthcare administration, and I'm doing a master's of business administration. I know that sounds crazy because on top of all of that, I work full time as a health unit coordinator on a very busy 35 patient floor. It's 12-hour shifts. I love working 12-hour shifts. I know some people have a, hard time with 12-hour shifts or whatever. Sorry, I had to readjust my arm. But I loved it. I love it. I love being able to get my 3 days in and get my full-time hours, and then I have other days off to be with my son and my family. So on top of doing a double master's program, being a mom, being a wife, and then trying to be a housekeeper, which I'm not very good at, I do fantastic with my online courses. I will tell you that it's extremely intense. It's intense. What you think that I know undergrad's hard. It's hard, but in graduate school, it's even hard to get accepted into graduate school. And there's a very high standard in graduate school. In my program, you have to maintain a 3.0 or you get knocked out, like you get kicked out of the program. And so that's a lot of stress on somebody because these professors nitpick everything. Like, you have to make sure that you do your work cited correctly. I'm talking one thing off and you don't get credit for it. I know in my first week that some of my discussions that I had to do and some of my paperwork that I had to do, I was only off by just a tiny bit, and I didn't get credit for it. And I'm like, what's going on? And because I've been doing works cited pages, forever, and but all because it's a different standard. It's a completely different standard in graduate school. They don't mess around. They're very particular about what sources that you use. Like, it has to be a scholarly journal, or it has to be out of our our college website, which is all credible sources, or like government websites, stuff like that. It has to be credible sources. And sometimes it's hard, to find specifically what you're looking for. So it can be difficult. And my courses it's accelerated, so you do one whole course in 6 weeks. And my undergrad at University of Phoenix, you do a whole course in 5 weeks. But since our graduate program is so much more intense, just a lot more coursework, you do it in 6 weeks. I can tell you that it is extremely stressful. You have to really want to do it. You have to really focus and put time into it. You have to force any online school. You have to manage your time. You can't procrastinate. You have to make a schedule and stick to it. And it's not like you can't put stuff off. And I'm a procrastinator. I procrastinate, but I personally work best under pressure. I do well with papers. So I don't know. Online school has been fantastic for me, but it's extremely intense. I have anxiety, and the first week, like I was like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do everything else in my life and do this too? And I'm just pushing forward. I'm doing my best, and I can only take one day at a time and one course at a time. And right now, my scheduled graduation date is, I think, April of 2019, which seems so far off, but I know it'll be worth it in the end. But it's not easy. It's not easy at all, and you really have to want to do it. You have to have a certain skill set that, I don't know, I'm not trying to say that you have to be really smart, because I don't really think I'm like super smart or anything like that, but I mean, you have to really pull your weight, and you have to keep your GPA up, and that's it. I mean, it's just really hard. Now I'm going to talk about the misconceptions with University of Phoenix. People try to act like it's not a credible university and not a credible education. That's not true at all. My classes are hard. I learn a ton. Like, I feel like I know I'm getting a very quality education, and they're not just handing you a piece of paper. It's difficult. It's very difficult. And I worked my butt off on my undergrad, because I did my bachelor's degree while I was pregnant. I had an infant, and I was still working, and I mean, it was hard. That was hard. But I kept pushing forward, because I wanted to show my child in the end that what a strong, independent woman can do. She can do it all. She can be a fantastic mother. She can be a fantastic wife. And she can... So as a woman, I feel like I can do it all. And I know that a lot of people judge kind of women like me that... my hair's a mess because I went to the zoo today. Because, I don't know, I do get judged some.